Hi there, it's Astronaut B. While we've been steering toward a newly discovered planet, I've been tinkering with our onboard juice machine, and I think I found a way to make it work even better. Today, we're going to make use of a very powerful tool in programming known as variables to help us deliver personalized juice concoctions to the crew. We will also make our way toward a new planet using the same concept. This also introduces the concept of values, which we will explore today too. Let's blast off to today's mission. Everybody likes different kinds of juice. Plus, they might want apple one day and grape the next. The preference typed by the crew member will be stored as a string in a variable. A variable in programming is a storage location in the computer represented by a name. This variable will contain a number, character, or string of characters known as a value. For our juice machine, juice could be a variable. Then, the string of characters that the variable could contain is the type of juice, like apple or orange. Just like functions, we will be using camel case as the standard way of naming our variables. Juice wish is the name of the variable we will be using to hold the crew member's juice choice. The word juice is lowercase, followed by the capital W in wish. We will next want to assign or place a value in this variable. Let's break down the process of storing a value in a variable. First, we type the name of the variable we want to use. In this case, our variable is named juicewish. Next, we'll begin the code that will assign a value to the variable. The operator =sign is read as gets the value of, and here it is being used as the assignment operator. Lastly, we type the value that we would like to be stored in the variable. In this case, we want to store the string orange in juicewish, so we write that here. Reading this code from left to right, we now would say juicewish gets the value of orange. The beauty of this system is that we can use the variable juicewish anywhere in our command console, and it will always represent the current juice preference. This will save us time and effort by asking for the juice preference one time instead of over and over. So, right now, juicewish contains orange as its value. However, a variable can only hold one value at a time, so if we replace the value with a new value, the old value is lost. Setting the value of juicewish to tomato replaces the orange juice with tomato juice. It is also important to remember that when assigning values to variables, the variable always goes on the left side of the equal sign, and the value you want to assign to that variable goes on the right side of the equal sign. Now comes the fun part! Let's pour a glass of the juice. Remember, our glasses are sized to hold 6 fluid ounces. We can use the command pour juice, amount, juice, amount, to dispense a specific juice type and quantity. For example, let's pour a 6-ounce glass of tomato juice. Although this is a delicious glass of juice, it may not be the right type that the crew member asked for. Your task is to use this command to pour the juice represented by the variable juicewish. Take some time now to complete the personal juice task in your code editor. When you finish that, you can also try out the personal smoothie and personal smoothie 2 tasks. Happy juicing! Awesome job! I'm sure our crew members appreciate having a glass of their favorite juice. While you've been keeping our crew hydrated, our spaceship has been closing in on our target planet. However, we don't know the exact distance to it yet. We can use variables to help us yet again. We have a variable p that will store the distance to the planet. Though we don't know the value of p yet, we can still program the autopilot for our journey. Your task is to navigate the spaceship until there is a straight, unobstructed path to the target planet. At that point, our variable p will contain the sensor data that is the distance to the planet from that point. We can then use that variable as our distance to make the final push toward the planet. Take a moment to complete the variable movement task in your code editor. You can use the commands turn left, turn right, move by n, and shoot. Remember, p is the variable that represents the distance to our destination. Once you're done, try your hand at the next task, variable movement 2. We have now begun to understand the concept of variables and how to use them effectively in different scenarios, be it to serve customized beverages or steer a spaceship toward a planet. We also know how to store different values in these variables, and depending on the task we need to complete, we could store numbers, characters, or strings of characters. Be sure to complete the programming tasks, practice questions, and extension activities before moving on to the next lesson. Remember, in the universe of coding, the possibilities are infinite. I'll see you next time.